are live at Athena Video, and a national tragedy has struck Argos. The great ruler Agamemnon has tragically passed away. Agamemnon was found bloodied and deceased alongside the tub in the palace that he calls home in Argos. But that's not all. Not long after, in the very same palace, Clytemnestra was also found deceased. This is where it gets interesting. The culprit was found out to be her son, Prince Orestes. He was then brought to trial by the plaintiff, the Furies. Both sides were ready for an all-out brawl for justice, but were stopped by Judge Athena and brought to court to resolve the issue in a civic manner. Let's bring back the think tank. Evangeline, Demetria, Calista, what are your opinions on this case? Is what Prince Orestes did just?
Thank you for having us. Well, Harmonia, it'll be interesting to see which side gets justice in this case. I think the question we really need to ask ourselves for this case is blood truly thicker than water? What we have in our hands here is a matricide of the first degree, a cut and dry act from the prince killing his mother. And while I cannot deny the fact that she is dead, I cannot help but question whether or not his actions were just or not. I feel that this was only a reaction to the matricide committed by the queen, which we too know that even that was only in response to the king's acts of feticide. The amount of blood spilled by this family alone is abhorrent. But based on the timeline of things, I cannot rule out self-defense or hell, even an honor killing.
Honestly, I'm torn on this one. On one hand, Orestes clearly committed murder. That part is not up for debate. But everyone knows that Clytemnestra wasn't much of a mother. So was it truly matricide? Maybe Orestes saw himself as balancing the scales after Agamemnon's death. It's grim, but in a world where divine law and human law collide, maybe he thought he was restoring order, not disrupting it.
Well, I think we can all agree that the case raises a lot of questions. Why is there less emphasis on the culprit of King Agamemnon's death? Why isn't there a court case dedicated to it like there is for this one? We know Prince Orestes was exiled at the time of his death, so did he kill his own mother as a cover-up for the death of his father? Was the killer on his side of a secret alliance of sorts, or did Prince Orestes suspect that his mother was behind the murder of King Agamemnon? There's so much to think about regarding this case, so it's hard to form a solid opinion on it. I just hope King Agamemnon can get the justice he deserves, even though his wife's death is overshadowing his innocence.
Well, I think that it was understandable, but it didn't have to happen. He was grieving his father the same way that Clytemnestra was grieving her daughter. And I think that he was absolutely valid about being upset, but he should have empathized with her instead of murdering her. It didn't solve anything.
Well, Evangeline, Demetria, Calista, thank you for your time. Now, people of Athens, we have given you the general rundown of the case, plus our own opinions on the charges given to Prince Orestes, but don't you fret. You won't have to wait too long for the final verdict, because we bring you live in the courtroom. Feel free to comment on our recent post your opinions on the case, and we'll share them on the screen following the trial.
Order! I shall have order in this court. To all who hear, my words are law. So you must listen and allow the justice to reveal itself. Councilmember Apollo, state the reason for this meeting.
Orestes, my client, is being tried for the murder of his mother, Queen Clytemnestra. I come here as his witness. Who shares the blame for this murder? Let us start the trial. You understand procedure?
Very well. I'll now begin the trial. The plaintiff opens our proceedings. State the fact of the case, starting at the beginning.
We call Orestes to the stand. We understand that there are many of us, so we will keep this brief. Did you kill your mother?
Yep. Aha! All right, don't get too excited.
So, you admit to killing your mother. Please explain to the court how you did so.
I slit her throat.
Why? What persuaded you to commit such a heinous act against your own mother?
He told me to. He's my witness.
Council member Apollo told you to kill your mother?
Yes, and I have no regrets.
You say that now, but the jury has yet to decide your fate.
I think I'll be okay. My father,
Rest in peace, King.
will help me.
You trust the dead to act, but you killed your own mother.
Yes, but she was guilty of 2 crimes.
How so? Please explain to the courtroom what you could possibly mean.
She killed her husband and my father.
But with her death, would that not even out the playing field? You're still alive.
When she was alive, why didn't justice come for her?
Matricide does not equate to homicide in the eyes of the court.
My mother and I, we are related, no?
How else would we factor in matricide? Are you denying the fact that you two are related?
Apollo, help, please. Take over. Did I kill her justly? I don't deny the murder, but whether killing her was just or not, I just don't know how to portray it. Please, Apollo, tell me what I should say to appease the court.
Objection, Your Honor. Badgering the witness. Members of the jury, what I have to say will proceed from justice. I am under oath, so I can tell no lie. While in a courtroom, I have never done anything that the judge did not command. Make sure you understand how powerful justice is.
If I may proceed, Your Honor. According to Orestes' reasons, you gave him the order to avenge his father's death, ignoring any rights that his mother had.
Yes, for these 2 things are not the same. He died a nobleman, an honored king, but died by the hands of a woman, not in a fight. I will describe to you the people of this court so that way you have all the facts before you, before casting the vote. He had just returned home from a long, hard day at work, a successful day in the eyes of an average citizen. The queen, well, welcomed him home, had drawn him a bath, and allowed him the honor of bathing in peace. However, as he had stepped out, she threw his cloak over him, trapping him in a net, so that way she may begin hacking him down repeatedly. That, Your Honor, is how the late king passed.
Counselor Apollo, are you claiming that the death of the king is more significant than a mother?
You monstrous woman! The law has a way of dealing with those who are unjust, of setting just men free. Once a man's blood has been drained from his body, he is dead. That is the one thing that law cannot alter.
You're pleading to set Orestes free, yet he himself has spilled blood. He killed his own mother. I must ask you, counselor, say he is guiltless. Who would accept him? Where would he even go? The church would refuse to open its doors for him.
That word, you keep using it. Mother. But ask yourself, what makes a mother? The person who birthed the child, or the one that raises it? Let me be the first to tell you, that woman was no mother. She was nothing more than a nurse to the child that was growing inside her. The true parent was his father. I mean, a man can even have a child without a mother. Your Honor, if I may, you're an example of this. I brought my client to you as a means to prove himself to you. I trust that with his innocence would come an everlasting bond between the law and its citizens.
Has each side said their piece? Good. Now the jurors may leave to discuss their votes. Confident are we, Counselor Apollo?
I trust that my point clear.
I trust that the decision was made. Well then, let's begin tallying the votes. Without indicating the jury verdict, could you give me the 2 numbers, please?
6 and 6, Your Honor.
I see. Do you think there's anything more that can be done to assist you or other jurors into arriving at a verdict today?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. Now it's time for me to give the final verdict. I must award my ballot to Orestes. No mother gave birth to me, which is why everything but marriage, I support the man with all my heart. Clytemnestra's death is insignificant in this matter. She killed her husband and the patriarch of their family. The boy acted in self-defense. Case dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.